Good afternoon, JDCSS community and family. We would like to update you on a few numbers of the coronavirus. Worldwide, we've seen 20,000 new identified cases, 2,000 of which are here in the United States and 26 in the state of Georgia. So we're starting to continue to see the positive trend of identified cases and wanted to update you of that information. Here locally, we'd like to say thank you to the community today with the student packet pickup was outstanding. It was so good that the schools had to run in and make additional copies, but this says a lot about our parents and the commitment they have for our children and their education. Thank you for making that commitment and keeping your child engaged while we're in our closure. As we move forward, we would like to recommend to families that have internet and computers at home, please utilize this platform because this will be the easiest mode for us to push out new information. While we understand this is not a viable option for everyone, for those that have it, we do recommend you use it. And as we move forward, we are able to push out new information and we may not be able to print it for you. So please use the internet and computers as much as possible with our student packet work. Also today I was able to visit a couple of locations where we deliver our lunches. Mr. Roger Ogilvie, our board chair, rode with me as we visited the multiple sites and since have added 3 additional sites to help ease some of the burden on the families. Um, we do ask that the participation was so great at the lunch pickup sites that a student be present because we ran out of meals today and we had to send some of these parents to the pre-K to pick up a meal, and that's why it's important that we see the student. For us to get an accurate count, we have to see the student, so the following day we prepare enough meals for everyone. So please help us out with that. Some have asked why don't we transport meals on the bus route. This would work for bus students, but there are students in our district that don't ride a bus, and for us to be able to provide those students a meal, the pickup sites provides the best platform for both bus riders and for those that do not ride the bus. So just want to explain why we're not doing that. We do hope the additional sites will help, and the 3 additional sites that were added today are the Greenbrier Apartments, S&E Trailer Park, and John Long Road. That was one site, new site. Harris Farm Road area was a second site, and the specific address is 202 Harrison Farm Road. And our third site was Hatton Steel Road area, and the specific address for that site is 640 Hatton Steel Road. Again, this brings our total to 11 sites throughout our community that you can take your kid and get a meal. We want to provide a meal for every student under the age of 18 or any student that was enrolled with us that's age 21 and under. So please get your children to these sites and we will have them a sack lunch for the day and then a breakfast for the following morning. As we move forward, please email your teacher or whoever you would like to speak with because that's going to be the best form of communication. Um, we're not having people answer the phones at the schools. All calls to the schools are forwarded to our central office number. And for us to, in a timely manner, be able to get a hold of that individual, it's probably going to be best if you just shoot the email. It's not to say that you can't call the main line to the district, and that number is 912-375-6700. But for you to speak with someone specifically, it'd probably be best if you utilize email. Um, Teachers are reaching out through Facebook and other areas to let you know they want to help your child. So if your child is struggling or they don't understand something, please email them. They will help your child during this time. They want to help your child. And so we wanted to communicate that to the community. As we prepare moving forward, we mentioned yesterday a deep clean would occur Thursday and Friday in all our buildings throughout the district. We are asking at this point that after today, no one enters the buildings until you get an all clear from us. And I've actually asked the central office and school leadership not to be in the buildings. We will be working from our laptops and computers off site, but in order for us to protect the disinfectant that is being put down throughout our school, we will work off site for the remainder of the time of our closure. Um, Some have asked, and I've heard a rumor that we are closing school for the remainder of the school year. While I've heard the rumor, I can attest that no one from the governor's office, the Georgia Department of Education, or this district has made a decision of extending the closure past the governor's recommended time at this point. Now, I'm not to say that things will not change moving forward, but at this point, no one's communicated that that would be the case. But I promise you, as soon as any information is received about a closure or an extension of the closure, we will communicate this to our community as quick as possible. Um, as we move forward, we understand that this is not a perfect scenario for everyone. A perfect scenario would be our students would be in the classroom receiving instruction with our total staff available. At this point, with the numbers increasing with the coronavirus, that's just not a viable option at this point. So we will continue to reevaluate what we're doing to make it the best that it possibly could be during this time. Um, I've shared an item on our district Facebook page, and I asked the principals to do the same on the school Facebook page that is in reference to social distancing. This is a good little analogy of a red light, yellow light, and green light to give us some idea of what are the activities we should and should not be doing during the time of this closure and with the coronavirus outbreak. Um, and the last thing I would like to say is not only do I ask that we follow CDC guidance on hand washing, as we mentioned yesterday, and covering your mouth when you cough or sneeze, but please, any of the information you receive that you've got questions about, check the source. There's a lot of misinformation floating around, and that only makes your job as a parent more confusing and our job as educators even more confusing. So look at the source. We are providing up-to-date information as much as we can, but just please check your source of information before you share it out with anyone. Moving forward, we're going to make this thing work. We're going to do what we can for our students to make the best of a bad situation, and we're still going to be committed to our students, just as you are as parents. Thank you, and have a great Wednesday afternoon.